all not important, all right? And neither is Harry and Lloyd. They're not important either. So, but here's the first thing you have to remember with online marketing and lead generation online. You have a few options. You know, you could be found. You can be found on the moment of truth when someone's actually looking for something, and that's obviously a good strategy. And typically, it's not enough. So, on Google, obviously, you can also buy ad placement. And you can buy ad placement through AdWords Express. You can buy ad placement through Google's more robust ad platform. And you could we'll talk about landing pages and things like that, and you could be there for search as one of your lead generation strategies. The takeaway on this is actually something that Chuck was talking about, that organic search combined with Google Ads is actually a pretty good strategy to monopolize more of the first page of Google, which is something my friend Kyle talks about, is seeing Google like a monopoly board, and when someone's actually looking, you're there. So the takeaway is, as far as organic search, the thing you do is you test your rankings, you see where your rankings are. That's obviously a report or a test that we can do, but that's where you start. Never buy search engine services or anything like that until you actually get a report that shows you, and of course trust the source of the report, but a report that actually shows you where you rank for a specific keyword. And how you think about your specific keywords is you say, if someone was searching for this particular keyword or phrase and they found my website or my landing page, that could lead to ringing the register. Because I know that people I've talked to in the past, whether I said, how'd you hear about us? And they said, well, I asked my friend about a good wedding photographer. There's a keyword and phrase. It was just a referral. The bridesmaid asked, because now she was engaged 6 months later, and she said, hey, Sally, who was that photographer you used? Because your pictures were awesome. That's no different than her, that's a search. It's a long tail or a short tail, whatever you want to call it. She's still searching for that information. So it could be a referral source, whatever that keyword and phrase is. You list those out, and then you list out the area of where you want to be found, and then have a test. That's how you determine the organic side of where you show up, and obviously have your Google listing and going for reviews and things like that. And then the other side to balance that out is, will you do some search ads as well to diversify your placement? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then obviously Google also gives you the display network, which falls more in the line of the interruption marketing side of it. So that's the first step. So when these things are working together, now no longer are these ads on the side of Google's homepage, right? So now on desktop, Google got rid of those to make them look more like mobile, have it be a seamless integration between desktop and mobile. But this is where you're, somebody's searching for carpet cleaning, and this is actually a situation where we do the website, and actually this is actually one of Kyle's clients, and this is their ad in their carpet cleaning in Manchester, and there he is right at the top, and that's an ad placement. Now again, this goes into what we call intent marketing, right? So someone has the intent because their carpets, they know they need to be cleaned. So that some of you have been in my seminars in the past or talks in the past. I always encourage, draw a line down a sheet of paper and say, what are we doing to capitalize on intent? And then what are we doing on the other side of the business, which is actually interruption marketing, which we're actually going to talk about too in a few different ways. And intent is actually going to be shorter than interruption, right? Because interruption can take place in a lot of different ways. When we're walking into the gallery to hustle the art, that's an interruption to that gallery owner, which is why it's at first frowned upon. But if you have a relevant message, a quality message, that message is going to get through. Okay? All right. And then what I do sometimes I look at the page that people came to, right? And I make sure that the PowerPoint delivers on that. So all those bullets is why you're here. It will be covered here. It's the truth in advertising. So anyway, that's just the intent side, and could be a good strategy. You just have to do it right. Here's one of the key principles to doing this correctly. Think about a landing page strategy. This is actually a landing page. This